Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes, and my co-host today is Myra J. Hello, Myra.
Hello, Sybil. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. You look all toasted and sunny
And
and like
orange. Orange. I'm feeling very orangey.
no, I mean your skin has a glow like you've been outside playing. You've
Really?
been
No,
doing double dutch or something?
no. I walked over almost 2.5 miles on the trail.
Nice.
Yeah,
You
with
did that today?
yes, with my 3 pound weights in each arm.
Wow. You're gonna be looking like Popeye soon.
No, but my knee is killing me right now.
Oh,
Thinking like, do you know where you were 2 months ago, chick? What is wrong with you? Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
And this is the knee that you had surgery on?
uh-huh,
Oh, golly.
uh-huh, yeah. Uh-huh. But but hey, that's okay. Tough it out. Tough it out.
Okay. All right. You say
Famous
that.
last words. I know. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Please take it easy on yourself. Okay.
I are. I are. Thank you.
What made you decide that today was the day, first of all, to return to the trail for the 2.5 miles? And secondly, what made you decide that the 3 pound weights were the answer?
Well, I actually walked 2 miles last week,
Okay.
and so today I was going to go to the gym, but it was such a nice day, and my
Mhm.
my doctors and other people have told me you've done enough cardio in your life. Stop it.
In your life.
In your life, you need to do weights. You need to do weights and resistance training. So I
Mm,
decided to combine the two, and I said, I will walk with weights today.
wow.
It seemed like a good idea in the car.
So you hop up, you grab your weights, one in each hand, right?
Yep,
And you
power walking on the trail.
okay. And at what point did you say, "It's not such a good. Let me throw these damn things away and come
If,
back and get them
if,
in
if
another
I wasn't
time."
afraid I'd hit a squirrel in the head and they would come and attack me or something, I would have tossed them straight in the woods. Like, look, I'll get them on the way back.
I
But
would love if you hit a squirrel in the head. I would, because I hate squirrels so much.
it wasn't long into my walk, surprisingly, or probably about 10 minutes in, I was like, you know, I probably
Wow.
should have maybe just started off with one weight because there's nowhere to put two weights when you have one in each hand.
Right. Right.
Just
Can't, and you certainly can't put it in your back pocket. So it's
no,
like,
no, no, no. You just stuck with it, and I was determined to do it. I was determined. So
oh, okay. Well, you know what? Good for you. Good for you for making the effort and succeeding. I hope
mhm.
you have a little Tylenol and maybe something else to wrap around your knee tonight.
Look, you see these ice cubes, and this is water, but they going on my knee right after this show. Okay. Whatever's left in this glass is going straight on the kneecaps.
Okay, okay, all right. Well, let's move to the What You Need to Know newsletter. And this is our Monday through Friday newsletter. It is absolutely free. We'd love to have you join us as a part of the What You Need to Know news crew and to find out what's going on in the African American community, because that's who we target, who we like to inform and empower, as we did with the Old Tom Jordan Morning Show, Myra. And we have a number of young contributors, social justice activists, Coy Malone, politics activists, and that is Cameron Riley. His younger sister is Kwyn Townsend Riley. She is our LGBTQ plus contributor, and our mental health and wellness contributor is Aprilette Russell. Today is Kwyn's turn, and of all the days that she's not here, it's some good news
Oh,
about the transgender community. And I sent this to her, and I was really glad to be able to have some good news in her stories, because every week it's another state doing something wrong to children in transition or drag queens or whatever it is. There's some issue in which they are being heaped upon with scorn and ridicule and laws not going their way.
mhm.
This happens to be the governor of New Jersey has declared his state a safe haven for trans youth, the
Okay.
youths.
The Utes.
The Utes. Governor Phil Murphy signed an executive order directing all state departments and agencies to protect those providing or receiving gender affirming healthcare services. Under the order, state officials will be barred from cooperating in other states' investigations into whether someone sought the care in New Jersey, and extradition to other states in those instances will be prohibited. New Jersey is estimated to be the home to more than 45,000 transgender and
Wow.
non binary residents, according to an institute at UCLA. So it's right up there. And providing the state as a safe haven is probably going to, and this bill just signed this week, they're probably going to increase that multiple times. The executive order came shortly after the state commemorated International Transgender Day of Visibility with a new website providing information for transgender residents, and it will act as a centralized hub touting the programs and services to support transgender and non-binary people. It includes information like how to change your name and where to find legal help. And maybe answer some questions for us that, maybe we don't want to necessarily show. I'll raise my hand that I don't necessarily want to show my ignorance, but want to get some answers, or I don't want to offend anyone with my questions, which I've known to do. 4 states have banned gender affirming healthcare for transgender youth, and more than 110 pieces of legislation restricting LGBTQ plus rights or attacking transgender youth have been introduced in state legislatures around the country, according to data from the ACLU. That is crazy.
I know, and we've yet to see a bunch of transgender people run into a school and harm a bunch of kids. I'm just
Right.
saying.
Or a bank, or
Thank you. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So Kwyn, I'm sorry we couldn't share this good news together, but I'm sure next week we'll have more states that are doing people wrong, because that just seems to be where the Republican majority states are headed. And New Jersey is different because the governor there is a Democrat, and they seem to be a little kinder and open in their acceptance of people who are different or don't look like them.
Yep.
So I wrote an opinion piece in the newsletter, Myra, and I got carried away with my words, and people will tell you that I have a tendency to do that, but it struck me that on Monday, 100 days into the new year, that was the day of the 146th mass shooting, which means 1.5 shootings every day since January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
A white man, 25-year-old white man, armed with an automatic rifle and some mental health issues, killed his co-workers at the Old National Bank in Louisville, Kentucky. As sad as this is for the loss of those 5 people who were killed, 8 injured, including a young policeman who had only been on the job since
10 days.
Yeah.
Yep.
March 31st, had just been sworn in, and he was one of those who was shot, had a brain injury, a major brain injury, went through surgery, and now they are watching him and hoping that he will come out of this. But when you see the damage that can be done to a person's body as a result of automatic weapons, it's a miracle that people survive these things. And I don't want to project that for this young man, but he is truly a hero, and as well as the person who took down the shooter. And this is the crazy thing, Myra. This is a situation in which they released the video yesterday, and they released the 911 calls from the Louisville banking employees, as well as the murderer's mother calling and saying, "You heard this?" The series of calls, including one from a woman who was hysterical as she is watching the shooting from a remote video call. She told the 911 operator that she was on a video call meeting with staffers inside the Old National Bank when she could hear gunshots ring out and staffers scramble. The woman describes in terrifying detail how she witnessed the shooter enter the conference room as she was chatting with us. Her coworkers were shot.
He live streamed it.
He live streamed it. Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the video inside the room, inside the conference room, that they were a part of a video call. He live streamed his getting out and walking up to the bank and going through that. Another call came from a bank employee who was inside a closet as she gave the operator a description of the shooter. She recognized as a coworker, and she was able to remain calm, God bless her, and stay quiet as she provided helpful operator assistance info to the operators who were assisting. And then his mother could be heard telling 911 she was alerted to her son's alarming behavior by his roommate, saying he was armed and headed towards the bank, where they presumed that he was going to be told, if he didn't know already, that he was going to be fired. The operator had to be the one to tell the mother the situation was already going on at the bank, and tells her not to drive to the bank.
Mm.
It is positively horrific to hear this, to see the video, to hear the audio, and to hear the stories that people are relaying. One of the people who was killed was a Black woman, and she is originally from Kentucky, and she recently moved to Louisville to be with her daughter and grandchildren.
Yep. She's been there 3 weeks, I think they said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Juliana Farmer, a 45-year-old loan officer at the Old National Bank, mother of 3, grandmother of 5, or close to 5, and another horrific moment where her mother was saying, she'll never be able to talk to her, never be able to tell her how wonderful she is and what a great, how happy she was to be her mother. All of these never agains. Never will she celebrate the birth of her next grandchild that's on its way. Never will, all of these things that are taken away from a person who needs help. The family knew it. They said they were dealing with it. Well, apparently they weren't doing a very good job of it, I'm sorry to say.
Well, and to piggyback on that, and then the action that Republicans want to take is
Right.
to ban legislature. We're gonna keep the guns, but people who want to speak out against guns, we want to pull them out of office so that they can't talk about it. I am so glad that all 3 of these people have been able to maintain their seats, and
Yeah.
I hope they continue to raise hell.
Right. And
Raise
the
hell.
great thing about that is they can't expel them again.
Good.
They cannot. The 2 gentlemen will have to run for a special
Right.
election,
Election. Hmm.
but they're on it, and apparently this will not be the same for Gloria Johnson of Knoxville. She won't have, because she wasn't expelled.
Right.
But I think all eyes are on Kentucky, and so check this out. If you remember, after the school shootings, uh, Texas Senator Ted Cruz proposed a solution to school shootings, stationing as many armed police officers in schools as there are in banks. Well, how's that working out after Kentucky on Monday?
Yeah.
Senator Cruz. He said that banks are a paragon of safety and security, and this came just before the 25-year-old opened fire on his former colleagues. And it's horrific. It, once again, the situation in CM Williams, not getting right-wing media but mainstream media in general, have used all kinds of platitudes describing this assassin. All-star athlete, a basketball player, a successful college student. His dad was his coach. It's the all-American family kind of thing.
But and someone had put the stories next to each other from the New York Post, saying that how they described Trayvon Martin was that he had marijuana in his system, and
right,
he was the victim.
And a suspicious hooded character,
right? And this guy was a star athlete who had
did they also mention
injuries.
that all he did was go buy an iced tea and some candy?
Wow.
Yeah, CM, you're absolutely right. The comparisons are, and how they want to lift this kid up, and the mother crying, and well, damn it, what were you able to do before? If you knew that there was a problem and you said, we're dealing with it as a family, somebody had to be notified before he was able to go and buy that automatic rifle less than a week ago.
And here's the thing, even if the parents didn't know, if you aren't able to buy them,
Right.
they're not a threat. And just like I said, Sandy Hook was 10 years ago.
Right.
If they would have banned
Automatic weapons
weapons
then.
then, just think how many lives could have been saved
Since
this
then.
past week.
Yeah.
And the week before that, and the week before that.
Come on. 146 mass shootings in
Yep.
100 days. Yay, we're number one. Bump that.
And we're just in the first quarter of the
Right.
year. Just in the
Right.
first quarter of the year.
Right. It's
Mhm.
crazy. It's maddening. And the other thing that's crazy, the state of Kentucky has a law that when the weapon that was turned in that this mass murderer used, it's gonna be sold again
Mhm.
and put back out in the population. They don't destroy the weapon; they give it back to the people to use.
That's crazy. Who lifted the ban? What was it? Bush?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because Clinton had banned them,
Yeah.
right? Mhm.
94 to 2004.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep. And he did nothing.
Okay.
But he's good at attacking, and having mission accomplished and putting us into Iraq and Afghanistan for years. But I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
It is bananas. It's absolutely bananas. And I'm getting a reminder from Yolanda Stark, so I pause and breathe. Yeah, I really do need that and an adult beverage, because this is and so that was what I talked about in this opinion piece, about we're beyond our tipping point.
Yeah.
We're beyond it. It's more than a notion, where we talk about sending thoughts and prayers.
Oh, please miss me with that.
Yeah.
Miss me.
Thoughts and prayers don't mean an thing to any of these people. Tell that to the parents of 3 children who will never see their 10th birthday. Tell that to the grandmother who will never see her next grandchild, or her daughter who will never be able to share these exciting events.
Mother's Day is coming up next month. Come on now.
Yeah, so let's send all our Mother's Day cards that these people cannot send to the women who were killed. Let's send all of them to the governor and to all the Republicans who want to keep weapons at the ready, automatic weapons.
And I still say, share the story with me where somebody with an AR came out and saved all of these people.
Right.
You don't hear that story because it doesn't happen.
It's not there. It's not there. Kentucky is one of the craziest states. They have numerous permitless carry states. They're one of the many permitless. You don't have to have a permit in order to carry. And it also has some of the least strict gun laws in the nation. According to Everytown for gun safety and anti-gun violence advocacy group, the state laws are among the worst in the country. You guys are among the worst.
I'm not saying that it's Kentucky, but I did read somewhere that in some of these states, it is harder to get a fishing license than it is to get a gun.
And you have to get a marriage license. You got to get, all of these other things. Well, marriage can kill you. But really, you have these other things that you need a license for, and not to have a gun.
It just goes.
I'm dreaming about this now. People just, and these are, creeping into my dreams at night. People, walking around with guns and things like that. I don't know how or where I can get rid of this. I can't just take myself away from all of this. But it is just, but thank God that there are people in the state legislature, like these 2 young men and this older woman in Tennessee, that are fighting and will continue to fight. Justin Pearson got his job back today.
Yes.
Thanks to the Shelby Commission. And And we will talk about that in a little bit. But just as I was writing this story, Myra, there was another mass shooting in Washington, D.C., outside of a
A
funeral
funeral.
home.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
One person killed, 3 others injured.
Yep.
When will they? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Among the other things that we talk about in the What You Need to Know newsletter, Cameron Riley talks about the fact that Black folks, Americans overall, are not feeling the electric vehicles. Sorry, Ward White. A lot of folks are not with you. I have a hybrid, but I don't. I am reticent to go full electric. I don't know about you, Myra, but there's just not enough chargers, and there's not enough time for you to be able to drive without having to do this. What?
I was going to say something so inappropriate, but
That's okay. That's okay. Go ahead.
I don't even trust just having batteries in my vibrator. I gotta have a backup. You know, I'm not going all batteries for nothing. Okay?
Yes. And with that, we're going to close out the What You Need to Know newsletter. I can't. There's nothing else you need to know. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All right. So, Myra, what's really going on? A fun question, I thought, for today with all the other things. This week, there was National Peach Cobbler Day. What's your favorite cobbler or pie? Asking everyone.
Oh, cobbler, it has to be peach.
Do you like just a regular apple pie, or are you a pie person at all?
I'm not a big dessert person, but I'm an old-fashioned peach cobbler person, and the secret is the crust. You got to have a good buttery crust that's crispy and get that little cinnamon on it, baby. You heat it up with just a scoop of vanilla ice cream, just enough to melt across the top.
Why do I look like Bill Cosby doing that?
I just gained 3 pounds. Okay.
I think I might have to make a run after the show tonight, Myra.
I love a good peach cobbler.
I'm with you with peach cobbler. I'm not so much a pie person, although I do like my cousin makes an incredible lemon meringue pie. And when we go to Grand Lux or to the Cheesecake Factory, Yolanda gets a key lime, which is really good. Yeah. And my friend is so smart. She knows life is short, so she eats her dessert first when we do that. So she gets that in there, and then everything else is just secondary.
I have a friend who would do that. Like, no, you always order dessert first so that you aren't too full.
Right, because why are we here? Okay. At the Cheesecake Factory.
Yep.
Do you remember when pies were so popular? There were restaurants devoted to them. I mean,
Marie
they had Marie Callender's. The House of Pies was another one. And I think there was a third one. I can't remember. So we're asking folks, what are your favorite pies or your favorite cobbler? Are you a cobbler gobbler? And Janice Eatman on Facebook says, love a good crust, Myra. We have a Black-owned restaurant here that makes the best blackberry cobbler. Unfortunate, it's a short season for it. I don't think I like blackberries and I love cobbler, but I have not had a blackberry cobbler. Where is that, Janice? Let us know and let's give them a shout out if we can, unless you don't want to give up your secret, and I understand that too. I get it. I would say that will go to Luby's, and sometimes they will have peach cobbler, and I'll try it. It's kind of hit or miss.
There's actually a restaurant here that has a couple of locations, and I want to say it's called the Peach Cobbler Cafe.
How cute!
And I just checked it out just about 3 weeks ago, and they served the peach cobbler in a cup. It was delicious.
And were you able to have it hot and have that ice cream on top?
No, because I had it to go, but I did come home and heat it up and put the ice cream on top. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because to me that's the only way to have it.
I know.
I mean, if you're going into decadence, go all the way.
Go in. No holds barred. No. Yolanda, do we have anyone else who has a favorite peach or favorite pie
So,
or
somebody
cobbler?
somebody mentioned sweet potato. We got to give a good sweet potato pie
Oh,
a shout out now.
Our friend Patty. Deborah Barcloud, apple and peach pie with an awesome crust. Yes.
Hmm.
I like peach, just about eat peach anything. Apple pie, my mom was a big fan of apple pie and cherry pie. And she would make
Oh
the
my
cherry dump pie where you just kind of dump all the stuff in and that's the way we cook in our house. And then would put it in the oven and take it out, and she loved it with a good cup of coffee. I wasn't a cherry pie person, but I'm a peach anything. Key lime and coconut, says Karen Alen on YouTube. All right.
Put the
Okay.
lime in the coconut.
But
Okay.
Myra, you made a great point. We can't forget pumpkin, and well, some people like pumpkin, but sweet potato pie is, and I will go to Walmart, just, and I don't see the and I don't see the patty pies there much anymore. I don't know if it's just my Walmart, but or the ones that I make the circuit, but I haven't seen a patty pie in a long time.
I've
I,
never had the patty pie.
it's really quite good.
Oh, really? I've never had the patty pie. Let me also give a shout out
Okay.
to my Muslim brothers and sisters, because
Uh,
I will get a good bean pie
come
off the
on.
brother on the corner
Come
with the bow tie.
on.
Come on now,
Yes. The pie
baby.
in one hand and a newspaper in the other.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And I'll take both.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Absolutely.
That's a darn good pie.
Yeah. That bean. And what kind of bean,
I've
Myra?
never. I've been too afraid to ask them because they be so serious. But I, I never. I just give them the money and and take my stuff and pull off. But I'm like, I never want that. So what is this, a pinto or
What is the bean?
lima bean? What's in
If
this pie?
anybody can tell us what's the bean in the bean pie that we get from our friends in the Nation of Islam, what is that? What is the bean? You don't have to give us all of it. We know it's going to be some sugar, it's going to be some cream, whatever. But what is the bean? Because I would like to find that bean.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. Barbara Ferguson says, I don't eat baked fruit, so no cobbler for me. Well, aren't you missing something? Barbara, I kid, but you're really missing something. I'm serious. Like Myra said, with a little ice cream on top. Deborah
Mhm.
Barcloud on YouTube. Don't forget the ice cream and maybe a little whipped cream.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Ooh, whipped cream just kind of stands lonely in my house these days. But yeah, a whipped cream on your pie, sure, sure.
Mhm.
Charlotte Bowen Bellamy, sweet potato pie and apple pie. My mother and sister, I guess, made those the best. The Amish market, not bad.
Okay.
You know what? I find really good baked goods when I lived in the Midwest and we would go to Ohio and close to Pennsylvania, and the Amish markets were really
Really?
good. Yeah, really good baked goods.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Jenna Brown, Tipping's Pies. So is that the place where you had the um and I'm not
En-
sure where Tipping's
enlighten
Pie.
me. Enlighten me. What is Tipping's pie?
Tipping's Pie, I guess, is the name of a place where
Oh,
you get
okay.
really good. And tell us what their specialty is, Janae. Excuse me, if you will, at Tipping's Pies, and where is it? Janice Eatman, Angie Soul Cafe in the land of Cleve, I guess. She
Okay.
was telling us about that the good
Okay.
peach cobbler and Angie's Soul Cafe in the land.
I see
Okay.
what Renita Bland says. Bourbon apple pie. Now it sounds good, but who was the first person to put some bourbon in the apple pie, and how many other liquors did they spill over in there by accident before they said this
Oops,
is the one?
oopsie, oopsie, oopsie,
Gin, vodka. Wait a
oopsie.
minute.
Wow, that's a good point.
Mm,
Bourbon in the pie. I made a bean pie about 30. It's a pinto bean, says Lynn Stell
really?
on YouTube.
Really?
And so,
Okay.
Lynn, who gave you the recipe? Jacqueline on YouTube. Back in the day, my Muslim aunt used
Navy
navy
beans.
beans and would grind them to get the hulls off.
I
Uh,
could see that.
I could
Navy
see navy
beans.
bean.
Uh-huh.
Michael
Uh-huh.
Stallworth, I heard northern beans or navy beans are
I'm
used in
using the
bean
bean
pies.
pies. Yeah.
Thank you, Michael Stallworth, the man who
I can
knows
see
everything.
I can see
Um,
that. I can see
I
that.
can see the
Mm-hmm.
navy beans and I can see
Mm-hmm.
the
The north.
pinto, but
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of, to get the hulls off and
Mm-hmm. Yep, because it's always nice and smooth and sweet and It's a
Karen
good pie.
Lynn on YouTube asks, "Is the patty pies is it seasonal?" I've seen them all year round in some Walmarts if they don't close them in your neighborhood. But I have seen patty pies, especially at the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and a peach cobbler in the summertime or spring or summer. But the patty pie is good. Buttermilk pie SB on YouTube. Yes, that's another good one.
I
And
think I've had buttermilk pie.
Yolanda likes a chess pie. And Yolanda, I don't know if
Okay,
you can.
y'all getting deep now. Y'all into chicken pot pies and you know,
Yeah, yeah.
mincemeat pie,
Ugh,
kidney,
my
kidney.
mother loved mincemeat
Me-
pie.
You didn't like mincemeat pie, Sybil? Sybil, not the face.
Miss me with the mincemeat. Yes, yes. Any meat that's minced can't be good. I'm sorry. And in a pie? No, no, no. And call it a dessert? No.
No, we called it everything you're gonna eat tonight. Anytime you got meat in a pie, that's the entire meat. Eat
That's
that,
right.
drink
That's
some
right.
water, go to bed. Okay.
That's right. That's right. Yolanda, did you get the turkey pot pies I dropped off for you today? Stargazer617 on YouTube. Hello, everyone. I don't care for fruit cobblers or pies. Today is National Grilled Cheese Day. Okay, well, on your show, you talk about your favorite grilled
What?
cheese sandwich. We are talking about favorite pies. And I don't know, how do you differentiate between the grilled cheese?
I was just about to say, and what's exciting about it's
Now there are some good, type of bread and stuff like that. But Janae Brown said, was it strawberry pies? Ooh, my grandmother and my aunt could make some good strawberry pie. Ooh, I had to make my mother give me something because I used to be allergic to strawberries, and
oh
so uh, I would break out, and I was like, "There's got to be something for me to take so I can have a slice of their strawberry pie of Graham and Aunt Joe's strawberry pies." Oh my God, they were so good. Just delicious. Nikki J, cutie pie, best bean pie in Detroit. Just ate a piece a minutes ago.
all right,
Cutie
D
pie.
Town. I feel
Okay,
you. I feel
okay,
you.
okay. So Myra, we should make a run. You could play the slots and we'll go to a fish place and then we'll go to cutie pies and get a good slice.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Monica Adams on Facebook, Derby pie. I'm not familiar with Derby pie. Are you, Myra?
No, is that the kind you eat out of a hat?
On Derby Day.
That's right. That's right. I'm like, what's a derby pie?
Gwen Turner, I absolutely love you. Does Frito pie count? Oh, okay. For you, we'll make an exception. We're not talking grilled cheese,
What
but
is a Frito pie?
it's like it's like a it's not a taco. It's like a Mexican pie with ground beef, and Fritos and cheese, and Fritos inside as well as covering the top of it. It's really quite tasty, especially if the beef is good. Yeah. No, no. Gwen, I liked it.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
And if I'm not describing it well enough, somebody correct me. But
Myra, you are hilarious.
doing to merch. Janice Brown said shepherd's pie. Now I've had shepherd's pie in England. I've not had it here, and I'm not saying that you just don't find a lot of shepherd's pie.
Because
In
it's not a lot
in
of
my
shepherds here.
well, if you start out with the beginning
With time.
yeah,
Right, I know.
yeah. But then they kind of waned. And my grandmother made egg pies. Danielle L on YouTube, egg
Isn't
pies.
that quiche? That's just a quiche. So little cheese and you put it in the crust, you put it in that's quiche.
that could very well be quiche. Yeah, Danielle.
Let's just face it. Some of us were just poor coming up, so our parents just made up some names. Okay,
and some people call it a quickie pie.
okay. We had cutie pies when I was growing up. Oh, your mama couldn't afford oranges. Okay, we just ate cutie pies. Whatever.
Well, Well,
Okay.
it was eggs, and she had some vegetables in it, and some cheese.
We put
Uh,
some Vienna sausage, and my mama called it a pie surprise. Okay.
Yolanda, you had one up there, and we talked over it. I'm sorry. But yeah, I like a good quiche. Sugar pecan and chocolate chip pie. Ooh, a pecan pie. Yeah. Ooh,
Those are,
ooh.
thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me a toothache. I can
I
never
was
eat them
just
because they'll
thinking the
be
same thing. Yeah.
it's too sweet. It was always too sweet for me. Too sweet.
But with a good cup of coffee, I'm telling you, there's something to that pecan pie. Danielle L. and Myra J. The egg pies are actually a custard pie. A
Custard.
custard.
Okay. So it's when you accidentally put some cheese in it, then it becomes quiche. Okay. But you're absolutely right. Custard pie. That's correct.
Yeah. Yolanda, if you're around and you want to jump back in, can you explain your chess pie? Or not?
I
Yes.
cannot explain the chess pie because I don't cook.
But you
I,
but
I
you
like what I
but,
like, but
but you
I don't
but you
cook.
but you eat it. What's in
What's
it?
in it?
I think it's just egg and cream
And some sugar.
and some sugar.
That's custard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
kind
is.
of like the custard. Yeah, but it's baked differently. It's the way you bake it.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
like,
difference.
I do think that it was like just the poor people's dessert because it's just egg
Yep.
and milk, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a certain type of milk though.
Is
It
it
was
like the condensed?
carnation or pick because we
Yeah.
couldn't. That's all it was. Some evaporated milk.
Yes, yes. So but you gotta go. Bye.
Okay. All right. Oh, look at the time. Absolutely. Well, thanks for participating in our little game, everyone. We appreciate it. And check out this story. Target. No, I'm sorry. This is more pressing. Another threatening letter was sent to the Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg today. The letter contained white powder and found in the basement mailroom of the office, according to sources. The NYPD, the Office of Emergency Management, the Department of Environmental Protection all responded to the scene, and it has been confirmed by several news organizations. An envelope containing the suspicious powder was also reported after news emerged that his office was on the verge of indicting former President Donald Trump. The powder was deemed not hazardous then, and it has been deemed not hazardous today. And of course, there's back and forth now. Alvin Bragg's not taking any nonsense from Jim Jordan, the congressman on the Judiciary Committee, and he says if Jim Jordan is going to sue him, he's going to sue Jim Jordan back for all of this nonsense for him doing his job, and suggest that Jim Jordan get some business and do that. So
And you little meddling kids, stop messing with your mama's baking soda. Stop it. Out your
right,
mama kitchen. Okay.
right,
She
right,
needs that for making
right.
custard pie.
So check this out, Myra. A Target security guard punched a woman who demanded $1,000 in reparations in the form of Target groceries. Dramatic video shows a white male security guard delivering a knockout punch to a black woman who demanded reparations to cover her $1,000 grocery bill at Target and compared herself to Rosa Parks. The video and body cam footage showed the security officer clashing with the customer inside the store in Ohio. And this happened in the fall. They both got into this heated argument. This woman got into a heated argument with the store manager, and the woman who was demanding reparations allegedly asked for reparations to pay her $1,000 grocery bill. They say that she told the manager she was owed this, referring to slavery reparations. They said that the security guard told her she needed to chill or leave the store because she was acting too aggressively. And instead, she charged at him, backing him into his office. And that's when he hauled off and socked her in the face, knocking her to the floor. He called police and the police came and determined he acted in self-defense and that this woman was the instigator. She instigated everything, apparently demanding reparations. And
this just goes to show you that mental illness is real, because
yeah,
if you go into Target, first of all, for your groceries, when it's like, really talking about reparations, you're not going to the bank, you're not trying to go to a real estate place and get some property.
mm-mm,
Come on,
mm-mm,
come on.
mm-mm.
I just hope she gets the help she needs, and I'm gonna tell her right now, it's not at a discount store. Okay.
She was cited for disorderly conduct, served one day in jail, and paid a $110 fine. She told police she wanted to have a larger conversation about how money works and how it's been working in our community in a very wrong way.
Well, she
And
about to find out.
yeah,
$110 worth.
yeah. I mean, 10% of what you were trying to take for reparations. Oh, bless your heart. But if you want to have a deeper conversation on reparations, I think that there are state and city governments that are trying to do that. You might want to talk with your representatives about getting reparation in your town or in your state. I'm not sure about the conservative state of Ohio doing it, but you might have a town that would be willing to have that discussion with you.
And definitely not at Target.
Definitely not at Target. No. Love Target, but that's not the spot to go. No. Prince Harry is going to attend his dad's coronation, also known as King Charles, without Meghan Markle. I know I'm the only one. I know, Myra, I'm the only one who gives a flip, as you would say. He's going to the coronation next month. The wifey will not go. She'll be back home with the kids. Buckingham Palace broke the news, saying they were pleased to confirm the Duke of Sussex will attend the coronation on May 6th. The Duchess of Sussex, they didn't say this, but I'm sure they were pleased to announce that, will remain in California with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Well, at least they still have their titles. And they said that she is staying home because Archie is turning 4 on that day, on May 6th.
Aww.
And so technically, that is her excuse. But I bet some people said that she would be booed by the common folk, that she would be not welcomed by Charles or even William and his wife, and that they're still a little tense. There still needs to be some work between Harry and Charles and William after his book, The Spare.
Well, just my own personal thing. I don't give a dang. And I want to clarify, this is not throwing shade at them. I actually admire them as a couple, and the fact that they stuck together and said, deuces, we out. But I think America has had this fascination with, the Queen and the British. These people.
Look at me when I tell you this. Look at me. Look right here.
They were like slave. I don't understand why they want me to be excited. I was never excited about the Queen. I don't care nothing about none of them over there. Period. Your title means nothing to me. I am Myra of Smyrna-ness. Okay, what? That's what I think about all of their titles over there. So that, God bless them, but stop. And the world is so excited to know, and he's going to be coronated today. And so what does that mean? Especially to us.
And the woman you were stripping while you were married is now your queen, and she's gonna be Queen Camilla.
Okay. Yeah, that part. Trying to make it all grand, like, oh, so you're marrying the side chick. Basically,
right is what he did. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And the side chick gets a crown now, and you don't hear much of that.
Right. We are supposed to be, oh, it's just wonderful, and throw glitter and all that. If anything, the side chicks over here should be protesting.
Okay, okay. And holding her a parade for her.
You know what I'm
How,
saying?
how you
It's
do
like,
that? Myra, you own a cell phone and you travel. All of us own cell phones, and those of us who are traveling, this is a warning about juice jackers. Have you heard about this?
mm-hmm.
So everywhere that charging phones are, the chargers are available, the public charging stations, kiosk and airports and malls, and even in hotels. It seems like a good idea, but there are warnings from the FBI that suggesting it might not be the way to go. Chances are you, if you've used them, you might not recognize that the public USB port or a charging kiosk to charge your phones may also be putting you at risk for having your information hacked from your phone. The FBI says that plugging into one of those public chargers could give hackers unwanted access to your device, gaining access to your personal information, even your
Your
credit card numbers
and
and your,
passwords.
yeah, all your
Mm-hmm.
passwords. Yep. And gives them the opportunity to load malware and spyware onto your phones, and that's known as juice jacking.
Mm-hmm.
They've been using these ports for years, according to officials. The hackers have uploading malware, monitoring software to the devices of unsuspecting people each and every day. While not charging kiosk or public USB port is a threat, it's best to proceed with caution. And they say that malware and spyware can do everything from locking your phone to downloading your sensitive information, your photos, your usernames, like you said, Myra, your passwords, your credit card information that could be stored in your electronic wallet. And the phone is just much more than a phone. It is your connection to the world,
Mm-hmm.
and your information source. And so they are looking at that for information.
Yeah, so that they're saying either carry a portable charger, or if you're in a hotel room, a private hotel room, that should be okay. They're talking about if you're in the lobby, like public places.
They say to be
They're
careful
different.
even in the hotel room,
Really?
and not to plug into those ports that are like in the radio or in the desk or something like that, to have a plug in the wall
Yeah.
perhaps, and then you
Yep.
plug your stuff into something separate.
Yeah. Yep. Well, good luck with a 2.9 credit score.
Myra, if we were to go into your kitchen, will we see Tupperware?
Girl, look, you can't even. It's literally falling out. I haven't thrown out a piece of Tupperware since 1979. You can't even see through it anymore. It's all gray,
Oh,
gray
that's
and
funny.
yes, yes, yes. I still have Tupperware.
Well, Tupperware says they could be going out of business. The legendary food storage brand has hired advisors to help them turn around the company after notifying securities regulations it may have to close up shop. The company, based out of Orlando, announced it's seeking to improve its capital structure in order to remediate the doubts regarding the ability. They're running out of money.
That's because
And
I haven't bought any new Tupperware in 20 years.
well, you
Because
know what?
it
I
lasts
don't
forever.
I know that I have Tupperware at my mom's house, but I don't have any Tupperware. And you know why I don't?
Why?
Because the takeaway containers at a lot of restaurants are so good. You can really keep your food in, of course you wash them out after you finish bringing them home, but you can really keep things in a lot of those containers.
I
Like
have those too. That's why I can't close the drawers. The doors. That's why everything. It's like an avalanche. This is how I open all my cabinet doors. Because everything's falling out.
Oh my gosh. They're running out of money. They owe creditors, I've seen some pictures of some really nice Tupperware, lovely colors and different shapes. Glad now has them, and Hefty and all those guys have the different pieces. They're not called Tupperware, but they used to have Tupperware parties
Parties,
from what
yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, that was huge back in the day. Tupperware parties. Yep,
Really?
that was right up there with the Avon parties. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Can
Well,
you imagine just going over to somebody's house now just to buy some bowls to to store your
Well,
food
it's either
in.
that or to get an injection in your forehead, I guess. I can't imagine. I can't imagine the need to buy plastic bowls at a house party.
And it was huge back in the day,
Wow.
right up there
Uh
with your lingerie.
oh, and sometimes some toys.
They still have
Hmm.
those parties.
Hmm.
Usually at 7 o'clock on a Friday, you bring something over in your Tupperware, and and it goes on. Oh, go ahead.
Oh dear. I think we're talking a different kind of party, and I'm glad we got through the pie talk. As well too. Let's move to entertainment, Myra, and Bad Boys. Bad Boys, what you gonna do? Willie Smith, Big Will, is back on the set. Down the road a piece, Myra. Bad Boys 4 being filmed in
It's here.
Atlanta.
Yeah, it's here. That's what I heard.
Did you see him? Have you seen him
I have
out on
not.
the
I have
trail?
not seen Mr. Smith or Mr. Lawrence.
They said he looked to be in good spirits on the Atlanta set in the latest sequel of the popular action franchise Bad Boys. Not seen during the filming session was his partner in the films, Martin Lawrence, as Myra hasn't seen him either, so maybe he's just not here yet. If neither, he plays Marcus. Will had big smiles all around as he was seen in his full Detective Mike Lowry garb, and he does look good as Detective Mike Lowry in Bad Boys. So, I can't wait to see the next edition of this. Although I didn't see his last movie, did you?
No.
I
3?
have
No.
no, 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 no.
Emancipation, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I have not seen Emancipation.
Okay, this is the last time this week I'm going to recommend that people go see Air. Air is the Matt Damon and Matt Damon movie with about the Michael Jordan shoe. Air Jordan.
Yes. And
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, yeah.
But the story is fascinating about the role that Michael Jordan's mother played in making this deal and making sure that Michael got this deal.
Wow.
Because they were just going to give him $250,000 for the rights to the shoe. She said, nope, you're going to pay him for every pair that you sell. And that year they ended up selling $100 and some million worth of shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
How
really
cool
good.
is that?
It's really good. And Michael insisted, he didn't want to be in the movie.
Mhm.
And the person that plays him, you really only see like side views or back of his head. But Viola Davis does a really good job playing his mom. And that was the one thing that Michael said had to happen to play his mother.
Right,
Must be
right.
Viola Davis. So it was really cool. And he always talks about how great his mom is and what a difference she's made in his life. She really did turn everything around for that deal. Yeah.
How cool was that?
You know what? This is the second night in a row we've had the landline ring. Last night it was with Damon, and tonight it's at your house.
Yeah, 'cause they want to know about the Tupperware party.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna read the Yogi's Jewel, and then we'll let you go.
You didn't ask me where I was going to be.
You're right. You're right, and we're out of time, so you got to tell us next time.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Look around and acknowledge the bountiful beauty in the universe and have gratitude. Inhale gratitude. Exhale selfishness. All right. Thank you, Myra.
You're welcome.
This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you.
It has been. Appreciate you as well.
Let's go get pie.
Everybody get pie and get Tupperware.
Bye, everybody.